4, the Domino's TYJ Dented Fenders Truck Series brings us to the Diamond in the Desert, Phoenix International Raceway for the TFL Construction 180. Smack dab in the middle of hot and humid Arizona is a top-notch racing facility which tonight plays host to some top-notch drivers. High atop the grandstands inside the booth tonight, Gabriel Wood, Paul Fugit, Tyler Herb will join us in a minute, but Paul, Phoenix is a track well known on the iRacing service for a high attrition rate with a lot of cautions, but getting toward the end of the long green flag runs and we end up getting a close finish. Are we in the store for the same thing here tonight? Looks like I'll be joined by both of my colleagues later tonight, but what I was going to ask Paul is, the iRacing service, it's known for a lot of cautions. We've even seen that with the USR Truck Series here on LSRTV Saturday night, but that's another thing to think about. My producer Cisco Scaramuza just came into my ear. No dogleg is going to be used tonight. It's off limits. Don't know if they got the cones out in the dogleg this week. Apparently they do. So that's going to be one limiting factor. These guys are going to have to pass on that outside lane. They cannot go below. They can go below the yellow line right there, but they cannot, under any circumstances, dip below like you see the real NASCAR drivers do and a bunch of other leagues do here at Phoenix. And I think that's a smart thing. This league, it's a very young league, and these guys, they haven't raced on this racetrack together. So I think it's a good idea just to let these guys race the actual racetrack and not have to worry about guys ducking low on each other and stuff like that. That's a really good thing, the call by the admins of this league. We're going to look at the points right now. Curtis Young is your leader in that number 19 truck. He's 127 points out right now. He's made all 3 starts this year. He's got 1 pole, 2 wins, 2 top 5s, 2 top 10s. His closest competitor is that 13 truck, Derek Fisher, 109 points. So a big gap, and a big gap in the winnings because Curtis, he's walked away with $45 this year. That's a lot more than his nearest competitor at $20 of Philip Meyer. Only other person to take a win this year, and we were talking about this in planning for this race. It's really surprising that Philip has not, made it up to the points this far. Looks like we got third place Robert McFarland, 3 points behind Derek. We haven't seen him run up front much, but he's got 2 top 10s this year, so he doesn't lead very many laps. He's got 7 this year, but he doesn't lead very many laps, but he's there toward the end. While we wait for the rest of my colleagues, Cisco Scaramuza, you made it toward the booth.
Yeah, and, this is going to be a really interesting race tonight. We're not used to seeing, these races here without the dogleg. We're kind of used here on LSRTV. It's kind of more of a, I guess a safer way to run this track, I guess you could say. It can get very, chaotic with the dogleg. I mean, we've seen it plenty of times throughout different leagues. People going 2, 3, I've even seen 4 or 5 wide going through the dogleg. So I think that'll save a little bit of panic that kind of happens over in that area, make that area a little bit safer. And that also, of course, you're going to be able to set up turn 3 and 4 a lot better if you aren't diving all the way to the bottom of the dogleg. It's really going to help that corner entry into turn 3 and might save some of the cautions happening from in that corner.
Yeah, that's what we saw in the USR Truck Series race on Saturday night here on LSR TV. Guys coming up off of that dogleg and getting loose. The car just gets loose under braking, locking it up and sending the rear end around. That's what we saw. Majority of the cautions really not, hard racing guys just hitting each other. That was the main point. Well, I think we're going to see a little bit cleaner, a little bit tamer race just because of not being able to use that dogleg. That's going to be a big point. Not as much passing, but it's going to be a lot more green flag runs. We're going to get a little more experience. 125 laps here tonight. That's a lot of time to run. Speaking of time to run, clock is struck down on practice, so we're going to get into qualifying here. Michael Fravert clocked in with a 26.814 in practice. He is your number 1 practice leader. Guys making their way off of pit road.
Yeah, and we're watching that 22 of Joshua Ramos. He's taking his laps right now. There's a little bit of a rivalry actually going on between him and that 22, and then the 48 of Ryan Steinacker. Sort of like a Trevor versus Ricky deal back like when they had that in the Nationwide Series a couple of years ago. So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe that rivalry will have those two guys maybe battling it out a little bit better than what they might have done beforehand.
Yeah, if you ever want to know what those two drivers, Ramos and Steinacker, look like, they've got their face plastered across the hood with a bunch of Domino's racing logos. So that's those are your two drivers here tonight. Looks like he's going to clock in right now with a 27.174. Picks up from practice 2/10, so that's a big pickup. But wow, look at this. Justin Rogers, the 21 truck, he clocks in with a 26.932. Look at compared to your practice winner, 26.814. So still some time to gain, but that's not bad for your 18th practice position.
Absolutely, and we'll look at Curtis Young. He's sitting there 5th on the board right now, so it's a pretty good time for him. He'll be starting on the inside. That inside line is so crucial here on restarts here at Phoenix. That outside line, it has such a tough time. It works as the run goes on once you kind of have speed to carry it in there, but definitely on the restarts, going down onto that bottom lane, that's going to be easily the best line on restarts here is going to be that bottom line.
Looks like we got about 6 cars left to qualify here, Cisco. You've seen practice and you've seen most of qualifying. Anybody stand out from you? Is it going to be, a Curtis Young show or a Philip Meyer show like it's been the past couple weeks or this entire season? Or is week 4 the time for somebody new to break through?
I've been waiting to see that number 8 of Tyler Roberts really break through. He's been having some really good runs lately. He's been running up front, but just that amount of success, those wins, they've been kind of eluding him lately. I think tonight might be the night that we might see that 8 truck maybe try and pull it off here in victory lane. He's starting 4th right now, which is on the outside, but I really think he could be coming through.
Yeah, this qualifying order right now not set in stone. Still, we've got your number 1 practice leader yet to qualify, so we should see this shake up just a little bit, maybe. But as we count down the rest of qualifying, we're gonna go ahead and go down trackside for your national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
That was Jaden Berkey with your national anthem, and I'd like to welcome Paul. If you get into the booth, finally got your mic working. New computer woes just a little bit, but welcome back to the booth. For first time consistently up here with me. I know you did a couple races here on that new computer. Got to be feeling good.
Yeah, I finally got a great new computer here. It's nice to see high graphics once again now.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat with you. All right, we're going to go ahead and run through your entire field or as close as we can get to it. Justin Rogers in that 21 is going to take the pole with a 26.932. Outside pole, Joey Lamb's seen his name a couple times this year with a 29.954. Brent Rogers in 3rd. Tyler Roberts in 4th. Curtis Young in 5th. Philip Meyer in 6th. Mike Donahue, Ray Richard, Patrick Elhofer, and Bucky Burt round out your top 10.
Starting 11th is that 22 of Justin Ramos. On his outside, the 101 of David Ganforth. 13th, Dennis Cook. 14th, Ryan Steinacker. 15th, Justin Anderson. 16th, James Flan. 17th, Jared Fisher. Eric Hawk, Mark Fravert, and Judd Danielson round top 20.
21st position at Jim Biss in that 33. 22nd, Steve Cunningham. Gary Weston in 23rd. David May I believe he was your inaugural Domino's Cup Series winner, so he's starting back in the pack. 25th at Chad Payne, Bobby Jonas in 26th, Samuel Cullum in 27th. 28th is going to go to that one at Jamie Sombecki. 29th is Chuck Dix. Lynn McNeese in 30th is your final car to qualify with a abysmal time of a 49.446.
Then rounding out your provisionals will be the 36 of Mark Fravert, the 2 of Marcus Potts, Robert McFarland, Moses Nesrico, Russ Coe, and Ray Sanders.
Interesting that Mike Fravert, he was your number 1 practice leader, as I said a couple times during qualifying, chooses not to qualify, so he's expecting some wrecks maybe, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys do have points penalties from last week, so that explains some of it. But yeah, I wouldn't mind starting in the back here with the way it goes.
Here's your track facts for Phoenix International Raceway. A little bit of a repave there in the last couple of years. Went from, kind of one of those old IRL ovals to a true NASCAR circuit. Some people say it was a good decision, some say it was bad, but for the NASCAR guys, it's produced a lot of good racing the past couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of my favorite tracks on the sim now with the new configuration. There's a lot of grip. It's just really fun to drive now. I mean, I just love the new configuration.
Well, here they go. Pace car is going to pull off for the first time tonight. The CFL Construction 180 is green here in Phoenix. Good start from that 21. He's going to get a little bit of a run there as they go down to 1. That 81 of Joey Lamb's trying not to let that inside lane get away. He's hanging tough there on the outside. Tyler Roberts to the outside. He's in 3rd right now, moved up from 4th. Momentum, he's got that 81 working there on the outside. Tyler Roberts drops down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's securely in 3rd position. Philip Meyer jumping up from 6th. He's trying to take that 5th position from Brent Rogers, or that 4th position. He's trying to get around Curtis Young right now on that 19, but it's like lap 1. It's going to go to that 21 or Joey Lamb, excuse me. Great pass for the lead. That's going to be the 81 of Joey Lamb takes lap number 1.
Yeah, what a great pass. It looks like he's going to pull out that lead a little bit on that 21 of Justin Rogers.
Looks like he's pulling out a huge lead. That 81 didn't take long getting to the lead. Cisco said, looks like we got one car in the wall. Looks like Ray Richer, if he didn't hit it, he got close, but he's going to keep it up there on the bottom of the racetrack. It looks like sparks coming out of it, so yeah, he did. Looks like he's going to fall right in there in front of that 48 of Ryan Steinacker. He's going to hold up that outside lane, but comes that 101 of David Gainforth down to the bottom side of the racetrack. 44 is going to pinch him just a little bit. He's going to pull the outside, take the outside away from the 48 of Steinacker. He's going to leave the bottom side open for Gainforth. Right behind them, looks like that rivalry, it's working a little bit. Steinacker versus Ramos. We'll talk about the guys' paint schemes all night. You can look on there with that little slogan on there. Looks like Steinacker in the first couple laps is winning the little battle.
Yeah, those are interesting paint jobs by 2 of those guys. And it looks like these guys are going to race like heck right now. 2 wide still, and that 101 takes over looks like the 11th spot. And quite a battle for this 11th spot right now.
So the 44 Ray Richards is going to lose 1 position from the 101 of David Gainforth side by side. 22 of Ramos pushes up the racetrack just a little bit. He's going to allow a 54. It looks like that is Dennis Cook moving up from the 13th position, or 13th starting position up there. He's getting some work done. 22 of Ramos is going to take the inside lane. Looks like that outside lane's working just a little bit there, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, the grip factor out there right now is pretty good. I mean, it's cool conditions, so we might see a lot of conditions. It looks like we're going to go up front for a battle.
Yeah, that battle happened very quickly. The 8 of Tyler Roberts took over that 2nd from Justin Rogers, so your pole sitter hasn't even got to lead a lap here tonight. We've run 5 laps, coming to the 6th complete lap right now, but hasn't got to lead a lap yet. He got overtaken by Joey Lamb. Now he moves down to 3rd. Tyler Roberts, that Budweiser machine, that 8 truck, moving into the 2nd position. Brent Rogers right behind in that 3 truck, moving in just a little bit closer, and Curtis Young right behind him.
Yeah, Curtis Young, your point leader, running 5th right now. He has a good point lead, so I don't see him being... Oh, we got caution on the racetrack.
Caution on the racetrack for the first time tonight. Can we get the cause of that caution? Looks like that's the 13 truck of Derek Fisher. Just looks like he caught just a little bit of that apron. Or no, it looks like he was loose on entry just a little bit from what I'm seeing. Very slippery there. Yeah, looks like he just rode the apron there just a little bit, and it sent that rear end around just a little bit. A slow, lazy spin. While we sit here under caution here for the first time, I'd like to welcome our colleague Tyler Herr into the booth. Tyler, welcome up here.
Hey, thanks for having me, Gabe.
Nice to know we finally got you up here. Palsy's working out some minor bugs here. Looks like we're getting ready for pit stops. Everybody coming here, just under 10 laps. Looks like everybody's going to come down for new tires, whether that's 2 or 4. We're going to wait to see that. Tyler, you're pretty much our race specialist. What would you take in this situation?
Well, here at Phoenix, it's all about track position. I'd expect after 7 laps under green flag conditions, expect 2 tire stops. Taking 4 tires here, granted 4 tires are always nice to have, but Phoenix is such a track position dependent racetrack that it's very hard to make your way up through the field, and my prediction, there's going to be plenty of short runs. The 8 truck Tyler Roberts makes his way off of pit road first with 2 tires. And then it looks like Joey Lamb in the 81. Everyone else taking 4 tires. So
it looks like the 48 Steinacker took 2 because he was running 10th there. We're gonna have to go back and check, but I believe he took 2 tires. Yep, only right side tires there. Looks like the 5 also. I believe that's Elhofer also took 2. So 3 guys taking 2 tires, but they've got some 4 tire calls there in the midst of it. So it's not like 3 or 4 guys up there at the front. It's kind of spread out just a little bit.
also, Gabe, we have 3 guys that stayed out on track. Your new leader, Mike Donahue, new 2nd place, Chad Payne, and Len McNeese will be your new 3rd place driver.
Yeah, I'll be waiting to see if those guys just looking to lead some laps here earlier, or they're going to try and make that fairly new tires work. You know, it's not that long of a run, especially with these guys not being able to cut that dog leg there on the back straightaway. It's going to save just a little bit of tire wear, Tyler. Is that correct?
It really should. Just right now, this early in the race, it's all about experimenting, but I really like the 81's call. He's going to restart 5th place. He has 4 fresh tires, so he's going to be the strongest guy out there as far as rubber is concerned at this point.
Now, one thing we're going to have to look for on the restart is if any of these guys, these 2 tire guys kind of slip up, or these no tire guys, the 70, the 9, and the 84, if they slip up just a little bit, we got a wreck going into 1 with the amount of checkups we're going to have.
Yeah, and if there's a checkup and a chain reaction there, Phoenix here can just become a junkyard real quick, especially on the front stretch. It's 2 walls close together. There's really nowhere to go if that happens.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with guys taking no tires. I mean, Goodyear ranks the grip factor here at a 4.0 out of 5, so there's a lot of grip out there. Plus, we have really cool conditions, so I'm not shocked those 3 guys stayed out, and a lot of guys took 2 as well.
You know what? I believe this is our longest green flag run to start a race here at Phoenix in the past few races. So, 8 laps, good on the Domino's TYJ Truck Series guys. I know that's not much, but it's longer than a lot of other leagues can do.
Oh yeah, I've experienced that myself last Saturday in a different league race. It was very quick to the caution.
These guys are going to line up for the restart. Pace car pulling off huge lead for the pace car coming on the pit road, but that 70 Mike Donahue, he's going to bring him down. Looking for that green flag. There it is. Looks like a bad restart for him. Looks like he spun his tires just a little bit. That 9 of Chad Payne's going to lead him to the line, but look at that inside lane. See if he can get the dive down. 9 truck of Chad Payne pushes wide. He's going to push up into the marbles there off of 2. He's going to hold up the guys on newer tires. Steinacker, Roberts, and looks like Brent Rogers is going to drop down on the bottom side of the racetrack. There goes Joey Lamb in that 81. That purple truck ducks it down. Oh, Fravert spinning. The 5 truck of the Elhofer spins it. He's going to keep it on the apron. Caution's out.
There was a lot of contact throughout the field. I saw the 3 and the 8 get together, and it looked like the 5 just lost it on entry of turn 3, but a lot of guys are just stacked up on top of one another there.
Yeah,
Well,
Tyler,
some things
looks like
change. Some things change. Some things stay the same. Sorry about that, Paul. We saw this in USR. Guys just overcooking it. Didn't really see too many two-tire calls there on Saturday, but guys overcooking it, even on 4 brand new tires and just sliding it going into 3.
Yeah, Gabe, it's really easy to drive overdrive turn 3 here. Plus, these 2 turns are totally different, so driving them is really tough.
It was right here under caution number 2. We're going to go ahead and go to commercial break here on LSR TV. We'll be right back with the CFL Construction 180. Back here live, lined up for the restart here at Phoenix. We're at the TFL, the TFL, construction 180. For all your interior and exterior construction needs, stop by TFL Construction in beautiful Pensacola, Florida. Check them out on Facebook at TFL Construction. For a job done right the first time. Well, we're going to be lined up for the restart yet again. Mike Donahue lining up yet again, Tyler. 2 tires really didn't seem to work out for him there on that restart because he spun him just a little bit. Allowed Chad Payne to get a little bit of a run, but Payne couldn't hold it there. Ended up sliding back through the field, and I believe he pitted. So we're going to see how it goes this time. Same story. He's going to spin him here. And the 84 Lem McNeese, he's going to get clear by the time they get to 1.
Yeah, it looks like Mike Donahue's having some trouble getting back on the gas on restarts there, and that allows the 3 truck of Brett Rogers to get position over Joey Lamb, but Joey Lamb, he's still holding tough there in 4th position, and now the 70 goes a little high. Here comes the 3 taking a peek, 70 underneath the 84 of Lem McNeese. Mike Donahue at his door as they head into turn number 1, side by side for the lead.
He may not be good on the restart, but that 70's good once he gets it fired up. Move the 70 of Mike Donahue into the lead. Brenton Rogers fighting for 2nd.
Yeah, that about, whoa, door slamming that 84 into 3 there. It looks like that 3 of Brett Rogers is going to take the 2nd spot.
A little bit of side-by-side action. Paint peeling. Wouldn't expect anything else from Phoenix. I think these guys are still a little bit left over from Bristol, but that 3 of Brent Rogers, he's got a fast truck. He's going for his first win of the year. He's got that outside lane working, and wait to see if he can pull it off there on those new tires against no tires, but 70 of Mike Donahue holding station there on the inside. He's not giving that bottom lane up if he can help it. Pushes up just a little bit. I expect these guys just to, we saw this in USR just a little bit. It was really a good reference race for these guys. We saw them run that apron just a little bit coming off of 3 and 4 to get that car to turn. Didn't see it much. Didn't see it as much as I thought they would. But they still used it, and I expect to see Brent Rogers kind of try and use that to get around the 70 Donahue, is he's going to burn up his tires just riding behind him.
Well, Brett Rogers, he's really driving it in deep. He's driving that truck really hard through the corners there, just right on the back bumper of the 70, and I really think it's a not really a question of if, but when will the 3 get around him. But right now, he's really pushing the truck into the corners, especially in turn 1. He's washing up a bit high. Just watch as he goes down to turn number 3 here. He's going to be hard on the brake. That time he holds it down to the bottom there.
Whoa, 48
He's underneath the
Steinacker
7.
slide.
Ryan Steinacker goes for a big slide in turn number 3, but Brett Rogers took a peek under the 70, was not able to complete the pass.
How did the 48 save that? Oh my gosh. Not only saved it, but he only lost a couple of positions. Excellent drive from Steinacker. You know, he may be winning the Ramos versus Steinacker little rivalry, but he's sure winning on stop points.
I mean, he literally
Bucky Burt's
dirt
around.
tracked that thing.
Bucky Burt's around the front straightaway. As we show the Steinacker dirt tracks move of the race, but looks like Bucky Burt lost it coming off of turn 4 all by himself. Just kind of spun it getting back to the gas and hit that inside wall, and it spun him around. Looks like it collected one person. Is that the 101 at Gainforth? Yeah, the 101 at Gainforth got a little bit of damage there.
Taking a look at the replay, just 25 just loses it a bit out of the corner, noses it to the inside, and the 101 David Gainforth gets collected, and the 16 also gets a bit of the wall there, avoiding the 101 on the front stretch.
Yeah, Tyler, it's so easy to, you know, hit that throttle coming off of 4, and if you hit it too soon, you will spin the truck around.
Everybody riding that apron through 3 and 4, looking to see some pit stops here. If they do that, 70 of Mike Donahue, he sure made this pit strategy work by not coming on pit road there on lap, what was it, 8 or 9. Everybody's following him in. So Mike Donahue, you are the smartest man of the race so far. Picks up a bunch of positions there on lap 8 or 9, by not pitting, and comes in on the pit road lap 24 as the leader.
Mike Donahue takes it all the way to his pit stall here. Right sides are going to go up on that vehicle. Now, as I'm going to say, a lot of 4-tire stops here now at this juncture in the race. And earlier, we saw, while we were watching the 17 of Philip Meyer takes 2 tires, it looks like Mike Donahue's going to come out in 3rd place, a big gaggle behind there between the 44, the 3, and the 19. So Philip Meyer wins the race off of pit road. Justin Rogers in the 21, and Mike Donahue, your top 3, coming off of pit road here.
Joshua Ramos makes a big jump too. Joey Lamb, Mike Donahue, Justin Rogers, and Philip Meyer. So Philip Meyer's going to be your leader. He's got 1 win this year. He rode a streak of bad luck there the first few weeks of the season. We keep talking about it every week, and he's just been getting better and better, and he's rolled off a couple wins here in a row before Bristol. I believe I was not on the call for that race, so I can't remember the winner of it. But Philip Meyer sure has been charging up front here. He's not really the one to play strategy call from what I remember, but maybe that's one of his strengths. Maybe he can pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, that 70 of Mike Donahue, I mean, he stayed out front there for a good 10 laps, so, I mean, why not stay out here?
Yeah, he may as well stay out, but looks like the 5, Patrick Elhoffer, he's also stayed out, so he goes from bringing out, I believe, what was it, the 2nd caution of the night, to being your leader.
It looks like we're going to have 1 to go here as they double up.
Doubling up for the restart here, lap 26, going on to complete lap 27, just under 100 laps to go here. Been basically the Phoenix we're accustomed to, really. I think once these guys get settled down, we're going to get a little bit of green flag running here It doesn't take much to kind of get spread out, and then once everybody kind of finds where they need to run, they can run single, or they can run, clean and single file. I think it's just guys trying to get as much as they can on the restart and just making some simple mistakes.
Well, like Tyler alluded to earlier, this is such a track position race, and you got to fight for every position on the restarts.
Well, they're going to be fighting for it here. Elhofer and Meyer, they are your front row here for the restart. Pace car is going to pull off, duck to the safety of pit road. Here they come on the front straightaway. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway here on lap 27. Philip Meyer with a horrible restart. He's going to back up that whole top lane of the racetrack. Mike Donahue, looks like everybody's wrecking behind him. Caution out yet again. Big wreck on the front straightaway. Big junk.
Mark Fravert, he went for a roll down the front stretch there.
I think it all started with that 17 car spinning his tires, and the checkup was on from there.
I actually think the 17 might have been in the wrong gear on the restart. He did not go.
Just the pile up there on the front, and just the chain reaction there from that 17 not getting going on the restart.
Looks like from my count, 18 cars in that pileup.
Well, I said it before and earlier here tonight, and that's what happens here at Phoenix. There's a checkup, and all of a sudden you have everybody spinning around, and there's nowhere to go. The 41, Robert McFarland, he was on his roof. 18 of Mark Fravert was on his roof. And it's such a bad part of that track on a restart because everyone's in the gas, everyone's gonna try and thread the needle, but it just ended up collecting more and more people there. And some of the guys in the back, Bucky Bird I saw, he tried to jump on the brakes to avoid the entire incident and ends up spinning himself.
Well, as we get the big one here at Phoenix cleaned up, we're going to ride here under caution. We'll be right back here with the TFL Construction 180 here on LSRTV. We'll be right back from the Diamond in the Desert Phoenix International Raceway. Back here coming through the dog leg here. It looks like we've got 15 cars on the lead lap. Must this Rico, your last car. Look, he's coming down, coming around to catch the back of the pack. We've got Patrick Elhofer in the lead for the second restart in a row. Big pile up there on the restart when the 17 Philip Meyer. As Tyler thought he may have started in the wrong gear, spun his tires down the restart, checked up the field, and big, as for my count, 18 car pile up on the front straightaways. The big wreck here. Last caution, but we're back underway, side by side restart 21. Justin Rogers, he's on the outside, got a good restart. See if he can pinch it down here in turns 1 and 2. Looks he's going to drift up. Elhofer into the lead, not going to get clear coming off of 2.
21 truck of Justin Rogers powers by on the outside, clears the 5, but here comes the 5 diving back down into turn number 3. Then you have Philip Meyer, third place, all the way up against the wall, entering turn 3. Still a tight battle for the lead right now and second place. And even further back there, just outside the top 5, you have the 81, the 3, and the 19 all battling for position.
There goes Philip Meyer around the outside of the 5 at Elhofer, so move the 17 into second. Meanwhile, Justin Rogers is smiling, looking in the rearview mirror because he's pulling away, but at 17, that plain white truck, nothing plain about the driver behind the wheel because he is absolutely wheeling that car. Or at least from my end, I don't see a paint scheme. Thanks, Trading Paints, making me look like an idiot.
So far, further back in the field, a tight battle between the 81, the 22, the 3, the 19. Everyone stacked up on top of another. The 5 of Elhofer there, he's sliding back 3 wide now between the 22, the 3, and the 19 as they head down into turn number 1. Who gives it up? The 22 on the outside, and the 44 power sliding into turn number 1.
So he's going to wash up the racetrack. That truck's got a lot of damage. He's been on the wall a couple times. I believe he was involved in that big wreck. He's going to lose some positions to, looks like he's going to now lose a position to the 25 of Bucky Burt. Another driver who's been involved in a caution tonight. He was the cause of, I believe, our 3rd caution, but he's trying to work his way back up front. He's your second to last, second car off of the lead lap, so he's fighting for that lucky dog position. Everybody pretty much spread out now. Looks like we're going to be side by side. Looks like a lap car of the 33. That will be Jim Biss on the outside. That 33 getting out of the way of everybody. Everybody in the top 10 looks like to be single file for the most part. Looks like the 86 of Steve Cunningham. Looks like he's back in the pack running the outside lane. So a little bit of a strange lane for Steve, but he's making it work.
Yeah, guys, with that big wreck now, it's starting to look like a green flag race. And just to mention here, fuel window is 55 to 65 laps since these guys only run 3/4 fuel.
Yeah, and another thing to keep in mind here, a lot of the guys that ended up with some damage there on that last restart, I'm wondering if they're going to end up having some troubles later on in the run in terms of temperature, because there are a lot of guys. Oh, Mike Donahue, he's sliding through the infield there and saves it, but gives up a lot of time and position now as Joey Lamb goes into 3rd place. But as I was saying, I'm kind of concerned with some of the guys that got some damage there, especially Joey Lamb. Look at his truck, especially the front end. A lot of damage on the front and rear, and if this goes green for a while here, I'm wondering if he might have to worry about temperatures spiking there and possibly an engine letting loose.
Yeah, as you said that, Tyler, I almost thought I saw a puff of smoke come out of the 81. Kind of almost made me think you were psychic there for a second, but looks like it's working for now, and it may be even helping him catch these guys. But Philip Meyer, he's caught that 21 of Justin Rogers. He's about 2/10 behind right now. He's in a little bit lower lane. He's riding that right there on that yellow line. 21 of Justin Rogers running about half a lane up. Seems to be working for both these guys, their respective lanes. 21 cuts the dog leg just as much as he can, and he's going to keep that lead for the time being. But that 17, he's hungry for yet another win in the Truck Series.
Well, Gabe, he's a little behind the 8 ball right now with all those trucks crashing out the way they were. This is going to be a good point stay for that 17 truck.
Yeah, 17, he's had a great season, but he had some bad luck in the first few races, I think, till he kind of came into his own with his points runs. Oh, Curtis, yeah. So even better for that 17 Philip Meyer. That's the points leader. That is the points leader. Looks like his throughput fell, so he disconnected from. He looks like he disconnected from the session. So he's gonna move down until he gets back in the session. So that he's gonna be at least maybe 5 or 6 laps down by the time the tow brings him back.
Elhofer around in the dogleg. The 5 truck goes around again, exiting turn number 2. Caution is out.
As Elhofer spins, it looks like Philip Meyer got into the lead right before that happened. Let's see if he can keep it. But yeah, Elhofer spinning, so we're gonna have to look and get the replay to see what happened. Replay up now. Looks like the same thing we've seen all night, guys. Just getting back to the gas and then just getting out from under them off of turn 2 and off of turn 4. This time, turn 2 is the culprit.
Yeah, turn 2 is a very slick part of this track. You're coming out of that corner, and it's the faster one on the circuit here compared to 3 and 4. And it's deceptively wide. You think that you can get into it early, and then when you have to put more wheel into it, the back end just comes right around. So it's, as I said, it's a deceptive corner, and here come the leaders, Philip Meyer, the 21 as well, coming down pit road, everybody coming to the service of their pit crews.
Should see everybody taking 4 tires. They passed a couple of the guys who caught up in that caution a few laps ago. Philip Meyer is going to be the first one to hit as far as pit stall, so let's see any of these guys making mistakes on pit road so we can see who can get a good pit stop here. Philip Meyer's going to hit his pit stall. It's like he hits it perfectly, so the jack's going to go up on his truck. Anybody else missing their pit stall? Who's at the 3 truck? The 3 truck, Brent Rogers, misses his pit stall, so he's going to lose a little bit of time. That's your 4th place runner. See if he calls an audible, takes 2 tires. He will not, so he's going to take 4 tires and just take the penalty and missing his pit stall. That 17 Philip Meyer is going to win the race off pit road. Justin Rogers in 2nd, Joey Lamb in 3rd.
Doesn't look like there was much of a change as far as the top 5 goes. Everyone comes in and comes back out in the positions that they were running. And it doesn't look like anyone has stayed out on track. Just a bunch of lap down drivers and those that were involved in that big crash there. It looks like Bucky Burt and Chad Payne are going to try and take a wave around here this time. But as far as the leaders go, nothing has changed. You're going to have Philip Meyer in the 17 truck as your race leader.
Yeah, it looks like 16th, 17th, and now 18th positions. Bucky Burt, Chad Payne, and Dennis Cook all going to take a wave around, so these guys getting back on the lead lap.
Yeah, guys, one thing I'm surprised was that 81 Joey Lamb. I thought he would take time to fix some damage, but it looks like he's not. He's just going to stay out there.
Must not have been heating up for him. It must have been all right because, yeah, like you said, he didn't take fix any of his damage. But at what point, does fixing the damage? I mean, sometimes it helps your car, and sometimes it makes the car drive worse. I know that's kind of weird saying, but we've all experienced it.
And so far, I didn't see much of a difference between the lap times that Joey Lamb was running with the leaders, and right now, if as the saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, Tyler, I think it is broke.
Well, it's not that bad.
I was about to say, somebody please laugh. I don't want my joke to bomb, but we're going to ride here under caution. Yeah, I'm bombing all night with my jokes. Just need to go ahead and stop and just announce the race. I'll be here all week with the Gabe Wood Comedy Club. But we're back here riding 2x2. Pace car is going to pull off pit road this time as we go through 3 and 4. Philip Meyer, your leader, so he got back to the lead just before we had that caution. Justin Rogers on the outside. Joey Lamb, no broken truck, but no worse for wear as he's going to run in 3rd. Pace car is going to pull off this time, duck to the safety of pit road. There it goes. They're going to have to wait on the green flag. See if Philip Meyer chooses the correct gear this time. Green flag back in the air. Looks like a better restart for him this time, but not good enough as the 21 of Rogers. He's going to take that outside lane and roll with it. But should see the exact same thing happen. Him drop back just a little bit. And there he goes, and he's gonna fall in the clutches of the 81, Joey Lamb.
Joey Lamb with the power move off of turn number 2. He's going to be at the door going into turn number 3. Drives it in deep. The 21 of Justin Rogers falls back into 3rd place. Joey Lamb, your new 2nd place driver, but about a 5 truck length advantage for Philip Meyer, your leader in the 17 truck, at the lap 49 mark.
Looks like Brent Rogers got around the 22 of Joshua Ramos there for that 5th place position, so move the 3 into 5th. Now Joshua's going to have to deal with that 84 limit, and he's coming hard. And look at 101 of David Gainforth. He got some damage from the 25 of Bucky Bird a couple laps ago. Looks like he's not affecting him too much because he's up here battling for the inside the top 10. Like he just got passed by the 101, car spinning. Is that the 3 of Brent Rogers clogging up the racetrack? Everybody's going to get around him for the most part.
70 and Mike Donahue's a round out of 2. Oh, contact.
Oh, the 70 of Mike Donahue, he goes to, spin his truck around and just pulls right in front of the 36 and the 3. Oh, it looks like a little bit of retaliation. Yep. Oh, man. Looks like the 3 got in there just a little bit too hot. Ended up collecting the 70 of Mike Donahue. Donahue goes for a long, lazy spins, end up spinning it coming off a 2 and pulls up the racetrack and goes a little bit retaliation there on the 3 truck. And that, I don't think that's going to go over too well with the admins because as we've seen, they're not too fond of intentionally wrecking people.
They aren't.
I'm not very certain as to why the 70 would have pulled down there. It did him more harm than good there, and now he has a smoking engine, and that's going to be at least 30 minutes in the pit stall there getting that whole mess fixed for him.
Yeah, it really looked like he was going to get away scot-free, just some worn-out tires there from spinning down to the infield. But now as Tyler said, he's got a blown-up engine and pretty much a ruined race.
Should be interesting to see what kind of call the administration makes in the hauler here after the race with that incident, but so far I'm going to chalk that up as a racing incident with a little bit of heated tempers at the end of it.
We got a few laps there under green. We're going to see if anybody pits this time. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. 17 is going to be the judge of it because it's really a monkey see, monkey do operation. And it's like, see if he comes down to pit road. Not coming down just yet. Nope, he's going to go past the commitment cone. Anybody's going to pit behind him. Top 5 not pitting. Looks like the first car to come down is the 92 of James Fain. So he's 2 laps down, but he's going to be the first car. I believe it's the 92 of James Fain. So he's going to come down starting in the 16th position. He was one of the cars caught up in that huge 18-car pileup, just trying to get some new tires and end up trying to get into the lucky dog position.
Yeah, guys, I mean, it's just, must be a full moon tonight, the way this race is going. Hopefully we can get some green flag racing here.
Well, I think once everyone starts to cool down here, there's still about 70 laps left in this race, and kind of feel like at this point everyone's going to settle down. There's still 16 drivers left on the lead lap here, so as far as it goes, it's still anyone's race, but so far the 17 and 81 and the 21 have really been the class of the field so far. They've been leading the majority of the event. Update on Curtis Young, he has still not returned, so it looks like he'll be given a DNF on this event.
Yeah, unfortunate for Curtis Young, but Philip Meyer is going to pick up a ton of points from everybody, basically. He was fighting for in the top 10 in points. He was just on the edge of the top 10 from that unlucky start of the season, but he's been catching up on points, so this is going to help his championship effort immensely.
Yeah, Philip Myers, he's been one of the stronger drivers the past few weeks, both here in truck and on the cup side. Got his first win in the trucks back at Iowa about 4 weeks ago, was it?
I believe it was Iowa, and then he racked off a couple of Cup Series wins. I was going to try and get back to his winning ways in the Truck Series. He's the only other person other than Curtis Young to take a win this year. So either we're going to have the two-time winners this year, or we're going to have a brand new winner, but we're going to see that in the next 60 to 70 laps as Philip Meyer, he's going to take the green flag. 81 of Joey Lamb on the outside with a damaged race truck, trying to hold that outside, but he's going to get clear. So move the 81 down into...
He lost it.
17 spins it down. Caution is out. Your leader spins it coming off a 2.
It's still early in this race, but that's going to be a bit of a hindrance for the 17 of Philip Meyer. It's going to knock him all the way back through the field, and as I said earlier, this is a track position racetrack, so that might hurt him for now. We'll see where he ends up at the end, but he's going to have to work his way through a ton of traffic. And your new leader, Joey Lamb, he won last week at Bristol in the Cup Series, with the only other guy finishing on the lead lap being Curtis Young by over 5 seconds. So Joey Lamb, he's going to try and go back-to-back this week.
And we've seen these guys, if they win in the Cup Series, they usually come down here and dominate in the Truck Series as well. We've seen that with Curtis Young and also Philip Meyer. But Paul, what was it you were saying about a full moon? Because we just had the leader wreck. I mean, no, just self-spin it. One of the more consistent guys all year, and he just loops it.
Well, like Tyler said earlier, it's so easy to lose it off turn 2 here with the banking change, and he just overcorrected the car there and lost it off 2.
We'll be right here under caution. We'll get a chance to pay a few bills. I'd like to thank a few of the series sponsors. Of course, the main sponsor of the Domino's TYJ Racing Series on LSRTV is, of course, Domino's. With Domino's new piece of the Pie Rewards, you can earn a free pizza after just 6 online orders of $10 or more. Sign up at www.dominos.com/rewards. Domino's, oh yes we did. The Bucky Burt Show, airing on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern from Charleston. Listen to all the NASCAR talk from the last week and hear the info from the insiders of the sport. Check it out at BuckyBurtRadio.com. Paul, I believe this is a sponsor close to your heart, the Lions Club International. When it comes to meeting challenges, Lions response is simple: we serve. With more than 1.4 million members in over 200 countries, in hospitals and senior centers, in regions battered by natural disasters, in schools and eyeglass recycling centers, Lions are doing community volunteer work, helping, leading, planning, and supporting. Because we're local, we can serve the unique needs of the communities we live in, and because we're global, we can address the challenges that go beyond our borders. Go to BeALion.org to find out more. Proud partner of the Live Sim Racing TV. Now, Paul, I believe you went to a little bit of a conference for the Lions Club this past week?
Yeah, that's why I wasn't in the race there Thursday night. I was in Denver, Colorado at a leadership thing, and it was a good time. Still a little sick from the weather there. The weather was all over the place for the 5 days, but yeah, it was a good time.
So, I don't fully understand. What's your role in the Lions Club International? Are you just a volunteer? Do you love volunteering, or?
Oh yeah, I'm a big volunteer in it. Serving several leadership positions here in the state of Iowa and internationally. So yeah, I love it. And so far this year, we've given out about $20 million in grants to various disaster reliefs and eyeglass centers, and done a lot of good work this year.
Definitely sounds like it. One more sponsor before we get back racing. TFL Construction, of course. They are the sponsor of tonight's TFL Construction 180. First time sponsoring a race in the Domino's TYJ Cup Series or the Dented Fenders Truck Series. So we've heard that a lot. These guys bringing in a lot of sponsors for their races. It's a very well organized league. They've done a very good job of securing sponsorship. And they've got a lot of people to watch their races. Of course, all of you watching on LSR TV right now, and you guys are watching a good race here at Phoenix. We're going to get the pace car off of pit road, or onto pit road for another time. Green flag back in the air. Joey Lamb in that 81 is going to lead him back. He's going to lead him back to the stripe, but that 21, Justin Rogers, gets another good restart there. They're neck and neck going into one.
Justin Rogers has been timing the restart perfectly all night long, but that inside line going into turn number 1 really is the advantageous line there as Joey Lamb gets back into the lead. About a 1 truck length lead going down to turn number 3 as it looks like the top 6 single file here as they come out of turn number 4. First side-by-side race here at Phoenix is for the 9th position, Philip Meyer and the 9 of Chad Payne. Philip Meyer still has a long way to go to get back to where he was running there, but restarting back at around 12th place, that's not too bad considering he just spun out of 2.
No, but he's got to watch how hard he drives that race truck because we've seen guys just overcooking it going into 1 and going into 3. Guys just kind of loop it around all by themselves, and they can do it off of 2 as well. That's the reason he's back here and not up there leading.
Guys, that 17 car is just on a mission. He is passing 1 to 2 cars a lap right now. Now he's going to pass that 86 car for the 7th spot. He is coming back to the front, guys.
Coming back to the front, lap 63. We're crossed halfway. Joey Lamb is your leader. We're going to pause right here for the iRacing Midway Race Break, brought to you by iRacing.com, the leader in motorsport simulation and the official sim racing partner of NASCAR. Joey Lamb, of course, is your leader here at the halfway point in that 81 truck. Justin Rogers in 2nd, Lynn McNeese in 3rd, Joshua Ramos in 4th, Ray Richer in 5th. Philip Meyer is working his way back up. As Tyler said, started 12th. He's on a mission to get back up there. Steve Cunningham in the 7th position. David Gainforth in 8th. Michael Fravor in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is Chad Payne.
Bucky Burt runs in 11th place. Tyler Roberts 12th. Patrick Elhofer 13th. Dennis Cook, last truck on the lead lap, is in 14th. Chuck Dix is 15th. First truck 1 lap down. Justin Anderson 16th. Mike Donahue 17th. Ray Sanders 18th. James Sombrecki 19th, and Brett Rogers is your 20th place driver.
The rest of these guys have had a tough night involved in that big wreck earlier on the restart. 21st is James Fan, 76th of Sam Cullen, Moses Nestrico 26th, Eric Hawk 24th, 25th Jim Bliss, Bobby Jones 26th, Mark Faber 27th, Curtis Young 28th, Judd Danielson 29th, David May 30th.
And rounding out the field, Robert McFarland 31st, Ryan Steinacker 32nd, Derek Fisher 33rd, 34th, Russ Coe, and last truck in the event, Gary Weston 35th.
This has been your iRacing Midway Race Break. For more information on the wide variety of racing possibilities on the web, visit iRacing.com. Sign up today. Lap 66 going on to lap 67 now as the leaders cross the stripe. Joey Lamb still your leader. Tyler getting a long green flag run here about 10 laps maybe. We're getting spread out here. This could be the start of something.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see who's going to be the best on older tires, and that's something that we haven't said at all. Caution out on the track.
And we jinxed it. Caution out on the speedway, looking for the cause of it.
This one might be a debris caution. I'm not seeing anyone that... '86 Steve Cunningham. Just lost it out of 2, running in the 6th position once again. He's run the middle lane and it just broke loose on him on exit.
These spins, they're not even, quick spins like the car just going out from under me. It's slow, lazy spins for these guys, just like the 86 Steve Cunningham, Philip Meyer, Bucky Burt, all these guys. It's just a slow progression of the car losing grip, and these guys, they just can't hang on to it.
Yeah, guys, who that caution benefit the most was that 17 of Philip Meyer. He worked his way up into the top 5. Now he's going to take some fresh tires.
everyone coming down pit road. Your leader, the 81, Joey Lamb, the 21 of Justin Rogers, pulls into their pit stalls, getting right side tires, packing it full of fuel. Joey Lamb's left sides are up now. The 21 a little slow getting the left sides up. Here comes the 81. He's going to win the race off of pit road. The 21, the 84 Len McNeese, and Philip Meyer is now going to be running 4th place. Rounding out your top 5 will be Michael Frabert.
Yep. Philip Meyer picks up 2 positions there on pit road. That's going to be big. He's going to start 4th here for the restart as long as nobody stayed out. Except we're hearing the 84 Len McNeese sped on pit road, so big implications. Looks like Chad Payne is staying out, so he's going to be your leader when we get back to the restart. But before we get to the restart, we're going to go to commercial break here as we're past halfway. We're going to go LSRTV non-stop here from Phoenix International Raceway. We'll be right back here with the Domino's TYJ Dented Fenders Truck Series.
The 2016 iRacing World Championship Grand Prix Series is all about change. New teams, new drivers, new tracks, even a new logo. And oh yeah, there's a brand new car. After 5 years of competition, we say goodbye to the Williams FW31 and we say hello to the McLaren MP430. But this isn't just a brand new car, it's a whole new ballgame. And with it, we bring new excitement, new strategies, new technology. For example, energy recovery and drag reduction systems. There's a new way of thinking about racing, and for all the drivers participating, it's back to the drawing board, wiping the slate clean in the ever-consuming pursuit of perfection. One little slip-up, one wrong move on track, one poor strategy call, and it's over. That's the difference between coming up short and becoming champion and being $10,000 richer to boot. So yeah, change is in the air, but we're going to start getting answers on the 27th of February as the 7th year of iRacing World Championship competition kicks off. And you won't miss a thing, with every single race live on iRacing Live, coverage brought to you by Racebot TV. So join us fortnightly from 1:30 p.m. GMT.
Back here live at Phoenix, pace car pulling off. Chad Payne right now getting ready to take the green flag. He's going to take it. Here goes the 81. Bad restart for the 9 of Chad Payne on those old tires. He's the only person not to come down pit road. That 81 of Joey Lamb got a good restart around there on the outside. He's going to be clear by the time they get out of turn 2.
And here comes the 17 of Philip Meyer back on the outside of the 9 truck. He's going to easily grab old Chad Payne, dives it in there, almost collects the 17. Wow.
That has got to be the closest I've ever seen anybody get without making contact. I was for sure that was another caution.
Oh, that could have been huge going into turn number 3, but everyone gets away unscathed, and now it's back to the front with Philip Meyer. He's running second, closing in on that 81 of Joey Lamb, so it only took about 18 laps for the 17 to find his way back up to the front here, and we're going to see if he can close the deal again.
I think he can do it. He's got a very fast truck compared to the 81. Although the 81 was catching these guys when Phillip and 21 and Justin Rogers were fighting for that lead there on the first couple laps ago. But Chad Payne, after that abysmal restart, he's falling into 4th. So there's old tires, not really hurting him that much from what I can see. But looks like 17 Philip Meyer. He's almost to the inside of him. He's going to go to the inside. He's not there yet, but he's going to take away that bottom side of the racetrack. Here they come down the back straightaway. Can't go to the dog leg, but he can cut as much as he can into the inside of him. So side by side for the lead here on lap 75. It's going to be 50 laps to go when we get back to the stripe. New leader after 20 laps. The 17 Philip Meyer back to the lead. Goes for the crossover. 81 back to the bottom side of the racetrack. Philip Meyer leads that lap, but the 81 is going to be on the inside going into 1.
What a
Race.
move there by that 81 there with the crossover. They're still battling it out. That 21 car is starting to look to get to the mix here.
Here comes Justin Rogers. He's going to look to pounce if any of these guys make a mistake. 17 Philip Meyer holding it well there. That extreme outside lane. What a great drive from him. He's going to get the drive off. He's got the momentum, but that 81, he's going to be clear by the time they get to the straightaway. Move 17 Philip Meyer. Another caution as soon as the 17 gets clear.
'99 truck of Chuck Dix looks like he just went around in turn number 3. Looks like he was trying to check up for the 85 of Judd Danielson, just got on the brakes and a bit too hard and just brought the back end around. So seems like there must be a lot of front brake bias here as getting into the corners.
Car's catching up to the pace car. 17 Philip Meyer, your leader. It's at the 36. Frankfurt takes out a cone there on the back straightaway. It's going to bounce around the back straightaway, but going to get that reset up there. We're going to also get this restart reset. Just under inside 50 laps to go, Tyler. We're going to get a green flag run. We saw it Saturday night in the USR Truck Series race. It was basically the same thing we saw here as these guys getting ready to peel onto pit road. Caution after caution. Then we got around about 30, 40 laps to go. We only had about 1 or 2 cautions to end it.
Yeah, it's pretty much going to come down to attrition here for the drivers, and at the end there, I think everyone's just going to agree, all right, let's just ride this out and just try and keep it steady. But we've seen time and time again, just as it looks like we're going to get it run, turn 2 claims another victim there, but the leaders are now down onto pit road. Looks like the 17 of Philip Meyer, he's going to go for 4 tires. The 81 and 21 are also... 21, he takes 2 tires. Everyone looks like the 22, the 44 as well. 81 comes off pit road, 86. And Philip Meyer, he's still sitting in his pit stall.
Did he have like a... Maybe he had a 10 or 15 second penalty or something? We're going to get the confirmation there on what's going on with the 17 Philip Meyer, but it's like Bucky Burt staying out. So Bucky Burt, that 25 truck, into the lead for the time being. Like the 5 of Patrick Elhofer right behind him. 17 Philip Meyer is going to have to work his way up. 21 Justin Rogers, you can assume that a 3rd position behind these 2 guys. So we're going to have a front row if these guys stay out. We're going to have a front row full of guys, or consisting of guys with no tires, Tyler.
Yeah, and this is going to be a perfect opportunity for the 21 of Justin Rogers to really show what kind of strength he has here. He really hasn't been able to get around the 81 or the 17, but he's always been right there, and now he's going to have 2 other drivers in between him and the 81, so this is a huge opportunity for Justin Rogers to really grab the lead and show everyone what he's got.
Well, it looks like the 17 Philip Meyer had to make a short trip to the Phoenix International Porta Potties. So he got back in his car. With the amount of time it took him, to get from 12th to the lead in, about 20 laps? So he's got plenty of time to get it done, Tyler.
Well, guys, I was talking to him down his channel. He said he just wants to put on a good show for us, too.
He's going to do that. But these guys, the guys he's racing with, are also going to do that, because we've got 2 guys up front, haven't led, or the 5 truck is led, but the 25, he hasn't been up front all night, and he's going to be on old tires up front, so he's going to get a lap led here for his points championship. I believe he's 4th in points, 4th or 5th, so he's having a good year. It's 25 of Bucky Burt, 5 of Patrick Elhofer on the outside of him. Then you got the 21 Justin Rogers on 2 tires, on the 22 of Joshua Ramos on the outside of him. Ray Richer in 5th, that 44 truck. He's lined up in a good position to capitalize on any mistake. Look for any spinning tires there on these old tires from the top two drivers. Here they come. Pace car is going to pull off. Green flag in here. Look for any sliding. Nope, pretty clean restart there from the two guys. 5 truck's going to get the run on the outside, but here comes that 25 of Bucky Burt. Inside's going to carry him. They're going to be side by side coming out of 2. 25 is going to get clear by about 1 car length, so move him into the lead for the time being. 21 Justin Rogers now fighting with that 5 of Patrick Elhofer for that second position.
And the 25 of Bucky Burt using a bit of that yellow line to help his truck turn there on the bottom, but here comes the 21 just closing in massively as they go into turn number 1. The 22 dives it in deep for third position, gets it. But here comes the 21 of Justin Rogers. He's going to dive it down onto the... Oh, a caution's out now.
A caution saves that 25 of Bucky Burt.
92 got a piece of this caution, but it looks like
he got more than a piece, Tyler. We got a car up in the air.
Len McNeese, he got a big part of that.
Looks like Len McNeese may have spun it on entry. Just like you said, just really unstable under braking for these guys. The 92 had nowhere to go as the 84 overcorrects and comes up the racetrack. Big hit from the 92, at least from my point of view. The 7 truck, it's Ray Sanders. He gets caught up in it, and looks like the 85 of Jed Danielson also gets caught up.
The 3 of Brent Rogers also involved, so an already tough night for him just gets even worse. He noses it to the inside wall, exiting 2, but it's just been a tough night for some of these drivers, and for others, well, they've really started to show what they have, but so far, Bucky Burt, he's still your leader. He just barely held off the 21 right as the caution came out.
Yeah, as I said, that caution's going to save that 25 truck, that lead for the time being. Though he's going to have the lead, what is it, about lap 87, 88, we're going to get the restart. Closing in on 25 laps to go. It's going to get crazy here toward the end, guys. Especially that 17, Philip Meyer, working his way up through the field after that long pit stop. He's going to have to work his way up. I believe he's running in the 13th position right now, so he's worked his way up just a little bit, 3 or 4 positions. So, yeah, it looks like he pitted again, so he's going to take 2 tires. He's on a little bit fresher tires again.
Yeah, now, the one thing that I've been noticing here, every single restart we've been having, it seems like the outside line, as they come to the line, has an advantage somehow. They always seem to time the restart better than what the leader does, and they seem to be grabbing the lead, so I'm not sure how time and time again the outside does it, but they've been doing it well. Just as everyone gets into turn number 1, the leader gets that advantage back there, so it should be interesting to see here. 21 with fresher tires on the 25. Will he be able to get that run going into turn number 1 and take the lead from the outside?
Yeah, I've been noticing that too, Tyler. I'm surprised the leaders haven't been choosing the outside here lately. I mean, especially with that advantage on the outsides, it seems like the outside sometimes gets a little bit better run in the corner, but it's that inside line that gets the better drive off the corner.
So we're gonna stack the field up once more here. Going to try and get the race back underway, and there were some reports of a little bit of blinking from the 5 truck there of Elhofer.
Yeah, 5 truck blinking just a little bit, so if that doesn't... it looks like the 44 and the 5, so row 3 there having some trouble with their connection. See if that gets solved as we go back under green flag. That sometimes happens, guys. Connection just kind of goes out as they're riding around under caution, but it problem goes away as they go back green flag racing. We'll see If it doesn't, these guys have the courtesy. They know what to do. They'll pull to the outside of the racetrack. It's like 44 is blinking again there. Wait to see if that causes any problems. That 25 truck, Bucky Burt leading the race right now. He's going to take him back to the start-finish line. Pace car lights are off. We're going to go racing this time. We're going to race back. 27, 28 laps to go right here. Pace car is going to pull off, looking for that green flag. We're back underway again. Bucky Burt's got that inside lane, so he's going to have that lead going into one, no matter what that 21 can do on those new tires. 22 of Joshua Ramos, he's on that inside. Back behind him, he's going to push up the racetrack, and I get proven wrong as the 21. He's got that run on the outside of the 25 of Bucky Burt, so new tires prevailing. He's going to bring the 81 of Joey Lamb with him.
New tires are the big thing here at Phoenix right now. The 81 now caught behind the 25 of Bucky Burt. But so far the top three nose to tail as Joey Lamb looks like he's going to try and take a peek on the inside. Falls back in line, but now tries to get back into the gas. He's going to be able to cut it a bit lower than the 25. Still staying right in line as they head down the dog leg going down to turn number 3.
Looks like Philip Myers on pit road, guys.
This could be a penalty as it's just a stop and go. He might have just topped off on fuel, not sure, but he's definitely going to go a lap down here to the leaders. So Philip Meyer will be 16th, 1 lap down to your leader, the 21 of Justin Rogers. Bucky Burt still holds a 2nd place position, and Joey Lamb 3rd place, as there's a battle shaping up between the 22 of Joshua Ramos and the 36 of Michael Fravor.
Yeah, that 36 of Fravor, he started 31st on the night with no time, but he had the fastest truck in practice. I believe he practiced faster than the pole time. So he's got the speed on that truck, and he's working on that 4th place position. Looks like we're hearing the 17 of Philip Meyer pass on the restart, so he had to come down pit road, do a stop and go, and so he's going to be 1 lap down. Looks like he's the first car 1 lap down, so if we get a caution here in the next few laps, he's going to be your lucky dog. Is a 22 of Ramos. He's going to pull to the outside of the racetrack, gets up there,
Bucky
25
Burt.
of Bucky's Burt. He's loose there on the inside. He's going to hang on to it.
Nice save by that 25 car there, boys.
Yeah, those tires are going to be heated up just a little bit, so let's see if he can hang on to it for the next couple laps as those tire temperatures come down again. Looks like he's got it under control. Looks like that connection issue still showing up on the 44 Ray Richer.
Yeah, and the connection issues there can be a big distraction for all the drivers around them, and sometimes it also leads to wrecks where the sim believes that the blinking car is in a different position than it really is, and that can cause some big problems. But right behind him, there's Philip Meyer on the outside of the 5, trying to work his way back up to the front to get his lap back the hard way here, but still has a lot of ways to go in order to get back into a competitive range here. But so far, Justin Rogers really showing what he's got right now. He's pulled out to a 2nd lead over Joey Lamb in the 81.
Yeah, I think Joey had to check up just a little bit because the 25 got loose in front of him. Bucky was running 2nd at the time, so Joey had to check up just a little bit. And he's going to try and catch him just a little bit. He's caught up 3/10 that lap, so that 81, that's a damaged race truck right there. He's catching that 21 of Rogers. Looks like Joey's trying to go for 2 in a row. Bristol 1 week, Phoenix the next.
The only difference between the two there, Joey Lamb had a very clean car at the end of Bristol. This time it's going to look like the truck should have been the Cup car that came out of Bristol here, with the front and back end all beat up.
Another 2/10, 6/10 of a second now. Joey Lamb has caught, and then 81 that he's caught the 21 of Justin Rogers. So Justin, he's going to have to be looking in his mirror as we're approaching 25 laps to go here on lap 96, coming to lap 97 now. So you look at the gap this time. Looks like it grew just a little bit, so it's now down to 6.15. So about 10/100ths of a second now, a little bit of a gap.
Now, another thing to look at the 36 of Michael Fravert, he got pulled into this as well. He's only a second off the pace of the 21 of Justin Rogers, so Michael Fravert, he's still hanging back there in third position, just keeping an eye on the leaders and making sure that they don't get away too much. But Joey Lamb, he brings it down to the 0.5 of a second range, and now he's almost right on the rear bumper of Justin Rogers going into turn number 3.
Yep, Joey Lamb is there. Yeah, it looks like... Yeah. The 21, Justin Rogers, he's going to have to be mirror driving for the next couple laps because the 81 and now the 36, as Tyler said, as the favorite, he's brought into this now. 36 has caught these guys. He's behind it down to half a second, so 1/10 of a second separating Joey Lamb and Justin Rogers.
Goes
we got a
around
caution.
again. 5
Elhofer
trucks.
around on the back straightaway.
Patrick Elhofer pulls off the hat trick here, but not in a good way. Third time he's visited that inside wall on the backstretch, but the big break of the night, 17 of Philip Meyer, he's going to get his lap back. He's going to be the lucky dog here, and we're going to try and see if he can make his way up to the lead again with just about 25 laps to go.
Guys,
Yeah, guys,
Philip Meyer has done enough in this race. If he doesn't win this race, I don't see how. Because he's had the fastest truck all night. He's drove through the field twice, and now he's going to get his lap back again, try and drive through it again as everybody coming on pit road. So that's going to save at 21 of Justin Rogers. He's going to have the same pit strategy again as the 81 and the 36, both fast race trucks. We're going to have to look out for that 17 Philip Meyer coming through the field.
Guys, I'm curious. What's the pit call here, 2 or 4?
I say it's got to be 4.
Yep, I'm just going to say the opposite. I'm going to say 2 tires right here, because if this picks up, we could see a bunch of drivers start driving a little more aggressively, which could lead to a few more cautions here, and if somebody plays this strategy right, they could be sitting real nice. But it looks like it's going to be all 4 tires, 21, 36, 81 coming off of pit road. So a change for second place. It looks like Michael Fravert's going to get second position over Joey Lamb.
Michael Fravert pulling off a biggest mover of the race by far, because he started 31st, as I said. Now he's going to restart second as long as nobody stayed out here under caution. I'm going to look up here if anybody did, but he's pulled off a great drive here tonight, especially with the number of cautions we've had, because I think he was around these guys whenever that we had that big wreck happen about lap 30. I think he was around it.
I'd have to go back and check. Either he was around it, or he was either right in front of it, or he was at the very back end of it where he was able to stop in time. But still a very clean car for that 36 driver. A little bit of rear end damage, but that's about it for the 36. He's just been clean, consistent, and also very quick here, as he's been able to hold right up to the back bumper of the 2 leaders that last run.
Well, he was about 1/10 or 10th and a half faster than the pole time of Justin Rogers in qualifying, so he has got an immensely fast truck. He's beating your outside pole sitter and your pole sitter here. He's stuck in the middle of them. So, yeah, he deserves to be up there. He hasn't called any kind of phony pit strategy or anything. He's just absolutely drove the wheels off it coming up front.
Yeah, now we're going to... I said earlier for the 21, we're going to see what kind of strength he really has, but now it's going to be the 36. What does he have left? Because it should be interesting to see how well he's going to work his way up.
Well, we're inside 25 laps to go here at Phoenix. The TFL Construction 180. These guys, hopefully the pace car is going to pull off for the final time tonight as they roll through 3 and 4. One thing these guys are fighting for, maybe a little bit of a mind win, really. But who's going to get those fireworks? Because that's part of the new update here the past couple weeks. First car to cross the finish line, fireworks go off for him, but we're going to see who the fireworks are going to go off for as we get the race restarted. Bad restart from the 36 of Fravor. He's going to have the 81 to the inside of him as they go into one. Justin Rogers out there all by himself. 36 has got that outside lane working side by side for the second as the 81 tries to get the run through the backstretch.
Clear sailing for the 21 right now as there's a battle for second place between the 81 and 36. Michael Fravor on the outside. He gives way to the 81 of Joey Lamb. The next battle is right behind them for a fourth position between the 22 and the 101 of David Gainsforth and Joshua Ramos. And now Michael Fravor dives to the inside, looking on the inside of Joey Lamb, cannot make it work. But still, their leader, Justin Rogers, out front by about 4 truck lengths.
4 truck lengths, the gap to Joey Lamb, and then Michael Fravor right behind him. As you said, they're still battling.
25 Bucky Burt goes around in turn 3, no caution yet.
Tough night for that 25 of Bucky Burt, spins it again. He got loose from the second position, ended up looping it around, but he causing the caution to cover. He ended up saving it, but bad night for him. Took some damage there. I believe he was our second caution tonight, so just not the night for Bucky, but we're closing in. Tyler, about 15 laps to go. That 21, he's got a healthy lead, and Joey Lamb doesn't seem like he's got the truck right now to catch him, but we've seen Joey catch him after a couple laps. Once these tires kind of get up to temperature. One person to look out for, trying to find him. Yep, there he is, 17 Philip Meyer. He's battling side by side with the 16 of Justin Anderson. They're battling for that 8th position. 16's got it, the 17 wants it. He's got that outside lane working with those new Goodyears. 17 almost hits the wall, but Philip Meyer moved him into the 8th position. Now he's going to go after Tyler Roberts. So Philip Meyer's coming, but I think he's going to need another caution to get it done.
Yeah, he's definitely going to need a caution in order to get back up to the lead. There's just too much space in between the drivers up front now. But so far, the 21 of Justin Rogers still holding point over the 81 of Joey Lamb. The gap between them still staying about the same, 0.4 of a second. Michael Fravor is about 3/4 of a second behind your race leader, but all three still right within striking distance of one another.
Yeah, guys, it looks... Oh, we got a caution.
Going through the field, it looks like Dennis Cook in the 54 and Jim Biss in the 33. 2 trucks sitting on the inside there. Looks like it started with the 54 and 84.
Yeah, it looks like almost the same thing we saw happen a couple laps ago with the 3 of Brent Rogers and the 70 of Donahue. 54 just gets in there just a little too hot, and he ends up going up into the 84, and it spins both those guys around. It's like the 84 saves it and continues on. The 54 ends up getting doored by the 33, who was just trying to get around it.
Yeah, that was a hard shot to the driver's side for that 54 of Dennis Cook, but I think the 33 of Jim Biss, that expired his truck there for the evening.
Looks like Fravor's not pitting that 36 truck. He's going to be the first car not to pit. 22, Ramos is also not going to come down and take tires. Cunningham also in the 86. Tyler Roberts in that 8 truck. And Philip Meyer. So he's going to be restarting 5th, the 16 right behind him. We'll see right here. Under caution, we're going to get it reset once again. It's going to be very interesting. We're going to have a restart with about 10 laps to go. We'll be right back here from Phoenix, the Jewel in the Desert, here on LSRTV. We're going to go LSRTV nonstop.
The 2016 iRacing World Championship Grand Prix Series is all about change. New teams, new drivers, new tracks, even a new logo. And oh yeah, there's a brand new car. After 5 years of competition, we say goodbye to the Williams FW31 and we say hello to the McLaren MP430. But this isn't just a brand new car, it's a whole new ballgame. And with it, we bring new excitement, new strategies, new technology. For example, energy recovery and drag reduction systems. There's a new way of thinking about racing, and for all the drivers participating, it's back to the drawing board, wiping the slate clean in the ever-consuming pursuit of perfection. One little slip-up, one wrong move on track, one poor strategy call, and it's over. That's the difference between coming up short and becoming champion, and being $10,000 richer to boot. So yeah, change is in the air, but we're going to start getting answers on the 27th of February as the 7th year of iRacing World Championship competition kicks off. And you won't miss a thing, with every single race live on iRacing Live, coverage brought to you by Racebot TV. So join us fortnightly from 1:30 p.m. GMT.
Back here live, lap 113 under caution. Lights are out, so we're going to get the restart this time. Michael Fravor in the 36 truck is your leader. He's going to restart this race in the first position. 22 of Joshua Ramos in the second position. Top 10 drivers did not pit. 21 of Justin Rogers, your old leader in 11th. So your top 10 right now: Michael Fravor, Joshua Ramos, Steve Cunningham, Tyler Roberts, Philip Meyer, Justin Anderson, James Tombecki, Brent Rogers back from a tough night, Ray Richard and Patrick Elhoffer, your top 10, all drivers who did not pit under the caution. We're going to be at 12 to go when we get the restart. They roll through turns 3 and 4. Big gap to the pace car. They want as much run up as they can when we get the restart. Pace car is going to pull off this time, hopefully for the final time on the night. 36, Michael Fravor is going to get the restart. Green flag, waiting for it to come out. Green flag in the air, big stack up back there in the back of the pack. Looks like Ray Richard had to get off the gas just a little bit with 36. He's going to be clear by the time they get to turn 1. 22 with Joshua Ramos is going to be able to pull in. It's going to be a fun little battle. Look at the 17, Philip Meyer. See if he can get up here in the next few laps.
The 36 still holding the lead there, and the 21, Joshua Ramos, in second place. But the first battle on track is for 3rd and 4th and 5th right there. 17 of Philip Meyer tries to get underneath Steve Cunningham, but slides up into 4th position. The number 8 of Tyler Roberts is running in 5th place, as the 16 really loose there, 3 wide. Everyone holds onto it, everyone saves it, everyone's going in the right direction. But here comes the 17 of Philip Meyer on the inside of the 86.
Side by side for that 3rd position. Here comes Tyler Roberts. He wants that 4th position back. 17 Philip Meyer to the inside of the 86 of Cunningham. We talked about this under caution. Philip Meyer's got a chance to win this race after such a horrible night. He door slams the 86. 86 is going to push up the racetrack. Brent Rogers almost gets up into him.
I was going to say, guys, if I was that 17, I'd just, hang out and just be conservative.
Oh, the one truck, somebody's spinning.
Oh, looks like we got somebody spinning. No caution. Nah, it's
The
caution
one truck
now.
caution now. Oh, looks like we got a bunch of cars here in a secondary caution. Looks like the 20, the 35, the 3, and the 9. Looks like also the 48 of Steinacker, excuse me.
What turned out to be a single car spin entering turn 3, everyone started to check up, and the 44 just tags the 3, and about 7 other drivers involved in this mess, 8 or 9 actually, and getting reports of the 21 of Justin Rogers, your old leader, was involved in that, and Joey Lamb as well, he got a little bit of that.
Well, to be completely honest, Joey Lamb has showed us a little bit of damage. Doesn't hurt anything, but that's definitely going to hurt his chances and all these guys' chances coming down. We're going to restart with the end 10 laps to go, but this is going to be our final restart of the night. as we're not going to get any green-white checkers. So this is it. We have a caution between laps 5 and lap 2. If we get to the white flag lap, it's all done from there. The flag that ends it is going to be the checkered flag. But if we have a caution between lap 5 or the restart and now, it's over.
Now we're going to see the most aggressive racing we've seen all night long. This is for everything, and I don't expect anyone to hold anything back. And also, there might be some tempers flaring by the end of this one, because it's just going to be gloves off, white knuckle racing here to the end.
Tyler, Paul, take a look at your third position driver. Philip Meyer has done it again. Worked his way back up through the field. Now running third in a perfect position to get this win at the 36, and Michael Favorite slips up at all.
Well, here's another thing, Gabe. If I'm the 17, I'm thinking big picture here. I mean, 7 of the top 10 guys in points have wrecked tonight. If I was him, I just would not take it too aggressively here and think big picture racing. That's just me, though. I'm a conservative driver.
At this juncture, with what Philip Meyer's been doing all night long, he's going to want this win. I kind of almost expect it out of him. He's going to try and get that win, but Michael Favorite has been very strong here. I honestly think Michael Favorite's going to get the checkered with this race.
Well, going back to Paul's point, if you had a car that was maybe a top 10 car all night and you end up running third by the end of the night, yeah, you'd say, oh, this is a great night for me. I'm going to pick up a bunch of points. Philip Meyer has shown time and time again tonight he has a car capable of winning and dominating if it hasn't been for his spins, his speeding penalties, and an unfortunate bathroom break. He'd be up front, basically all night. And he's just had to fight hard. We need to get a separate trophy for this 17.
Guys, let's just pull our seatbelts tight one more time here and see how this one's going to go.
It's going to be 5 laps to go at the line. Pace car is going to pull off for the final time tonight. We don't need you anymore. It's going to be ball to the wall till the finish. 36 of Michael Favorite is your leader. Here we go. Green flag in the air. Great restart. Here they go. Everybody's rolling side by side for the restart. Joshua Ramos on the outside, trying to get that 22 to work on the outside. But here comes that 17, Philip Meyer. He's to the inside of that 22. Here they go. They're side by side for second. 36. He doesn't know which lane to block. Oh,
there's
81.
trouble behind
Caution
them.
is out.
Caution out.
That's the race. Oh, the 21 gets it. Looks like the 44 and the 21 get together after the caution. Looks like the 21. Looks like the 81 got spun off the front bumper or got loose in the tri-oval there on the back straightaway. But he was right in front of that 86 of Cunningham. And then, as we just continue with these guys, the 21 dives it down in the corner. Apparently didn't get the memo on the caution. Breaks for the corner and just loses it. Ends up collecting the 44 and hard hit from the 21.
That caution looked like it was the 81. He got a huge run on the outside there, but I think he was almost expecting the 86 to be below that yellow line. We've seen that inside line try and cut that dog leg time and time again, but Steve Cunningham, he just held his left side tires above it, and the 81 just came down and, well, just spun across the nose.
And as Ryan Steinacker points out, Joshua Ramos has defeated the great Ryan Steinacker. So the battle between Ramos and Steinacker goes to the 22.
A very strong finish for Joshua Ramos, who 30th in practice, qualified 11th, He's going to come home in second position, but story on the night here, Michael Fravert did not qualify. Fastest driver in practice. He's going to pick up the W here tonight at Phoenix.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at the stats from this year, but this has got to be the farthest a winner has started in the Domino's field.
Well, this just goes to show time and time again, it doesn't matter where you start one of these events, it's where you finish. Last week in the Cup Series, we saw Joey Lamb. He started, I believe, top 5, and of course he just ran away with it at the end. But here at Phoenix, we see a driver start almost dead last on the field. He drives his way through the field, and that's a huge accomplishment here at Phoenix, since this is such, as I've said before, a track position race where you have to be up front, and Michael Fravert put himself in that position late in the race and really capitalized on that strategy, but he had to make a lot of passes out on the racetrack before he got up to the front as well.
Yeah, guys, I mean, we kind of discussed it at the beginning if starting in the back would be an advantage, and it looks like it was this time for that 36 truck.
So we cross the start-finish line. The white flag is going to wave. Pace car is going to come across first, but the 36, Michael Fravert, is your leader. 1 lap under caution. If he can make it, he's going to pick up his first win of the year.
Not only is he going to pick up his first win on the year, he's going to be the first one to get the fireworks here in the Truck Series. Last week, of course, Joey Lamb, he got the fireworks at Bristol, but Michael Fravert, he's going to pick up the first fireworks of the truck season here tonight.
Everybody forming up behind that 36 truck as they roll through turns 3, and now they're going to roll into 4. We'll update the 44, Ray Richer, and the 21, Justin Rogers. They got together. They're going to maintain their positions in 6th and 7th. Here comes that pace car. He's going to lead the entire field around turns 3 and 4, coming off of turn 4. 36, Michael Fravert. Practice first, qualify 31st with a provisional time, but it doesn't matter. He battles his way through the field, picks up win number 1 on the 2016 season. That 36 truck is going to victory lane tonight in Phoenix.
Michael Fravert, your winner here tonight, and an impressive run at that. So congratulations to Michael Fravert, Joshua Ramos, and Philip Meyer, your podium finishers here tonight.
Yeah, guys, this was a good race, and I can't wait to see the point standings out of this one. There's going to be a huge, huge shakeup here in the Truck Series.
Well, as the 36 gets his congratulatory bumps, he's going to come to the front straightaway and burn it down under the glow of the pyrotechnic show. We'll be right back here from Phoenix with driver interviews from your top 3. This has been the TFL Construction 180. Back here live at Phoenix International Raceway, the running of the TFL Construction 180. Michael Fravert is your winner. Before we get to talk to your winner and the rest of your top 3 finishers, we're going to do a full field rundown. Tyler, Michael Fravert comes away with the win. Joshua Ramos in second comes home with a good finish. Philip Meyer comes back with got to be the hardest fought third place finish in the history of iRacing. Tyler Roberts finishes fourth. Steve Cunningham in fifth. Ray Richer in sixth position. Justin Rogers led basically half the night, comes home in seventh. Eighth position, Chad Payne. David Gainforth in ninth. James Sombecki in 10th.
Chuck Dix finishes 11th. Justin Anderson 12th. Joey Lamb in the 81 finishes 13th. 14th is Dennis Cook. Samuel Collum finishes 15th. First car off the lead lap. Moses Nesracco 16th. Brent Rogers 17th. Eric Hawk 18th. Len McNeese 19th. Bucky Burt rounds out your top 20.
Patrick Elhofer finishes in 21st position, 10 laps down. Bobby Jonas in 35 finishes 22nd. 23rd is going to go to Mark Fravert. I believe that's the brother of your winner tonight. James Fain in 24th. Jim Biss in 25th. Ray Sanders finishes 26th. Mike Donahue in 27th. 28th, Robert McFarland. Derek Fisher in 29th. Ryan Steinacker, part 2 of that Steinacker versus Ramos battle, finishes in 30th.
Judd Danielson finishes in 31st position. Curtis Young 32nd. David May 33rd. Russ Coe 34th. And rounding out the field, the 14 of Gary Weston finishes in 35th. And now I'm going to hand it down to Gabriel Wood as he has caught up with your race winner here.
Yep, down here in Victory Lane, gotta be one of my favorite victories is you came from practicing in the first position, taking a provisional to start 31st, end up coming home with the win. Mark, congratulations.
Yeah, that's Mike. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I get confused between you and your brother. I was trying to go back and forth between the finishing orders and stuff, but yeah, congratulations. You had a tough night tonight. I believe you around that big what was it, about a 20 car pileup there, close to halfway through the race. Were you anywhere near that?
Yeah, I stopped right in the middle of it and didn't get damaged, but then someone tried to get out of the wreck, and then I got damaged, and that really hurt my car. And I was just hoping there wasn't damage enough that I could still keep up.
Yeah, it didn't hurt it too much as you're able to, basically spank the field for the second half of the race. As we finished under caution, we ran the final 5 laps behind the pace car. Do you think guys like Joshua Ramos and especially Philip Meyer, do you think they were going to be able to track you down, or did you have them held off for the rest of the race?
Well, I was just trying to save my tires. I knew that Josh was on the same tires as me, and I think Philip had newer tires, so I was more worried about him.
Well, you were worrying about him, but you end up coming out on top. First win of the year. Congratulations. Any sponsor shout-outs you want to throw out there before we let you go, so let you celebrate?
Not currently. We're working on a deal for the rest of the season, but more likely probably next year. So right now I'm unsponsored. We'll work on it.
Well, you know what? A win in the inaugural season sure doesn't hurt it in a broadcasted race. Anybody wants to sponsor this guy, hit him up on Facebook. He'd sure appreciate it. Mike, congratulations. Win number 1 on the year, as I've said. Go ahead and go celebrate. You deserve it. Hard-fought night for that driver at that 36.
Yeah, I just want to say one more thing. I want to thank, if I speak for all the guys out here, I just want to thank our wives, girlfriends, significant others for letting us race. Without them, man, they put up a lot. We're watching us racing all the time.
Congratulations, Mike. We'll let you celebrate. I believe, Paul, you've caught up with our third-place driver, Philip Meyer. One of the hardest-fought finishes I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, this guy is probably past the most cars I've ever seen in a race tonight. Philip, how'd you get that done tonight?
Oh, I like these rhythm tracks, and I like Phoenix. I like Iowa, but I didn't pass enough apparently.
Yeah, I mean, that was quite the show you put on there tonight, passing all those cars, at least going to the back of the field twice. How was the racing out there? Do you think you had anything for that 36 truck tonight?
Yeah, I think if we had no caution flags at the end, it'd have been a very good finish. Probably one of the best of the whole season, but we didn't get that chance, so I can't speculate on what would have happened.
Well, this was a great and awesome points night for you. You'll probably be top 5 in points after it's all said and done tonight. You have any sponsors to thank for the year for you?
Uh, yes, sir. I like to think Batteries Not Included Racing, as you notice, is a new team for me. Great group of guys, and I'd also like to thank my best friend Zach Messmer for painting my cars, and Robert McFarland for doing all the hard work and managing this league and putting it all together.
Well, congratulations on your finish and your big points night. Hopefully, you'll continue having good runs the rest of the year.
Thank you very much.
Now I'm going to throw it over to Tyler Hurd, who's caught up with the very, very happy second place driver in Joshua Ramos.
Yeah, I've caught up with Joshua Ramos here. Second place finish on the night, and the big story, the heavyweight bout, if you will, between Ramos and Steinacker, as he comes out on top of that one. But, Josh, you got yourself a very good second place finish out here. Talk to us about your night.
Well, yeah, thanks. I'm really not good at Phoenix, so I have to be honest. I was really surprised that I even did this good. Originally, my plan was I was going to qualify towards the back and just hope for the best, but last minute I decided just to go ahead and give it everything I had and just we'll see what happened. And for the most part, I stayed up front for all night. Made one mistake on pit road, and it cost me some positions, but obviously I made them back. And I have to admit that, Ramos defeated Steinacker, so I'll be looking for that rematch here soon.
Well, gotta ask, that final restart there, do you think you had anything for that 36 driver of Michael Fravert? Because it looked like you were right there with him, but just weren't able to get it done, and each time there was a caution coming out. So, do you think you had anything left for him?
I'm not really sure. I kept questioning that myself. I had about maybe 15 laps on those tires, and I was trying to get around but keep the truck from spinning out. I don't think I could have held off the 17 truck. I think I could have got around the 36 if I could have got down below him, but I don't know. I think it was going to be close.
Well, you certainly had a very good night here at Phoenix. Is there anyone that you'd like to thank for helping you get the job done?
We definitely got to thank Domino's. They make everything happen for us. Great pizza, and they fund this league very well. Got to thank you guys at LSRTV. Y'all do a great job broadcasting and showcasing our league very much. I got to thank my team, JLR Motorsports. Put together a good truck tonight, and obviously it was good enough for a P2 finish.
All right, Josh, congratulations on your second place finish tonight, and we'll see you next time in the Cup cars, I believe, then.
Oh, yeah, we'll be there racing a new paint scheme next week at Michigan.
All right, we hope to see it.
Indeed.
And now I'm going to send it back up to Gabriel Wood for final thoughts.
Well, my final thoughts here from Phoenix, it really wasn't different from what we've seen the past couple of Phoenix races, especially in the trucks. The cars are just very unstable under braking and under gas. Paul, I think you share the same opinion. What do you draw from this race?
Well, these guys put on a pretty good show tonight. I loved all the hard racing I seen, and looking at the points, I mean, the points is just going to be a huge shakeup tonight, and it's going to be very interesting to see if that 17 truck of Philip Meyer can make his way back up to the top of the board in points.
Tyler?
Well, as far as what I saw here, it started off as I'd almost say your typical Phoenix race with a few quick cautions, and then we saw that big mess that really jumbled up most of the field, but what came out of it was some very good racing between both clean and damaged cars, specifically the 21 and 81. Those two had some of the best racing I've seen all night, and of course, watching Philip Meyer go up and down the field several times, that was fun to watch. So overall, I think this was a really fun race to watch with several different things happening out on the track at once.
Well, on behalf of everyone here at LSRTV, I'd like to thank you for joining us here for the Domino's Dented Fenders Truck Series here from Phoenix with the TFL Construction 180. Join us here tomorrow, Friday night, for the ISSR Super Speedway Series and the Rod Car Truck Tour. The Throwback 300 in the, I believe it's WWE night, according to Cisco Scaramouche, our producer. But we're getting out of here live from Phoenix. Been a great race. Mike Frabert, your winner. First win of the season for him. On behalf of me, Gabriel Wood, Tyler Herb, Paul Fugit, and our lovely, as Andy likes to say, our lovely and talented Cisco Scaramouche in the production hauler. Thank you for joining us. See us next week as we go back to the Cup card for the Domino's TYJ Cup Series. Thank you for joining us. Good night.